Welcome, viewers. My name still remains Ofudelisi Daniel, and I am your regular host on this platform called Schoolhouse, a place where we educate through entertainment. You better say you call it your edutainment platform. Thank you and welcome. We've been talking about series on this program where we mentioned being educated and being learned. And a lot of viewers seems to have understood why we say that there's a difference between being educated and being learned. Thank you so much. The last time we were on this program, we talked on certain steps that can make us move from being educated to being learned. But before we go further, don't forget we talked about education in two forms. We talked about formal and informal setting. Formal setting can be, say, to be some people who pass through the four walls of normal educational classrooms. Then we have the informal setting, which can come through apprenticeship. And we say that in anyone you have found yourself or you have passed through, nobody should tell you that you are not educated. You are educated. But we move further to telling us that we can move from the angle of becoming educated to another level, which we say being learned. And I know that we mentioned about certain profession who calls themselves my learned colleague or my learned friend. And we have mentioned angles or areas that have pushed these people to be able to call themselves my learned friend or my learned colleague. But that does not mean that every other profession they don't try to become good. But no matter how much you try to become good, they will say you are an expert or you are well grounded in that field, but they can never call you my learned friend. And I told us, let that not bother us. Strive to become a master. Strive to become grounded in that field which you have found yourself. And I mentioned certain steps which can help us to get to that level. I talked about long life learning, long-term learning. That talked about continuous learning. And I know I talked about diverse exposure, which means exposing yourself to different fields, exposing yourself to different subjects where you can acquire knowledge. No knowledge, they said, is a waste. And I know I talked about critical thinking. Critical thinking in the aspect can come as a result of debate. What do I mean by debate? Debate is not just you arguing. No, you can talk, you can debate. You are only trying to bring up points to make yourself better than the next person. And the other person is going to bring up points too. What happens? As you are exchanging these words in form of debate, it's another form for you to grab that which you have never known before. And I told us last time that we still have points that I believe that is going to stay help us to moving from the angle of just being educated to being learned. Now we're going to be talking about some points. And one of the points I want us to bring out now is something I call practical experience. No matter how much you pass through the four walls of the school and you don't have a practical knowledge, a practical experience on that which you have learned, the truth is that you've only stopped in being educated. You've not moved to the angle of becoming learned. Practical experience. People say experience is the best teacher. Well, another school of thought said no. But I'm not here to decide which of the school of thought is better. But the truth is that you cannot do anything without having a practical experience of that which you have found yourself. Go out. That's why some people will tell you that when you come to engineering in Nigeria, we only know the theoretical aspect of it and we don't know the practical aspect of it. But that's not what it's supposed to be. Some people have come to the argument of saying the universities, they are only engaged in doing the theory, but the polytechnics do more of the practical. However you see it to be, whichever place you have been to, the truth is try and push yourself further. Just don't believe that you're going to learn everything in the classroom. No. Move out to get practical experience, and it's going to help you to become a good, it's going to help you to become learned in that field which you have found yourself. And another thing I want us to talk about is mentorship. Who is your mentor? Most of us, we don't have mentors. But people will tell you, I don't need a mentor. I want to become a mentor myself. That is not the bad idea. But the truth is, where do you set your goal? You must set your goal. You must set your limit. And the only way to get limit is for you to say, I know this person, and what made this person to come to this level? They say that events is only the history of men. The history of men. And they say the story of great men is in their books. They said so, and I believe so. Though so many of the great men, they don't go writing book about them, autography and autobiography and what they have. But the truth is that even when they do not write, what do? You can go on mentorship, one-on-one mentorship, ask questions, and somebody is going to put you through on that field which you have found yourself. And so doing, just don't go to mediocres. No, choose a mentor who will drive you. Set a goal, set a target for yourself through mentors who can drive you. Imagine yourself passing through the era of becoming, let me use this word, an automobile engineer. And becoming an automobile engineer, that's what you've just learned through apprenticeship. Let me use that word because I just want to go down to the level where all of us can get it. You've just learned through apprenticeship of becoming an automobile mechanic. Good. Go further. I don't want to call names. There are people who you can go through their mentorship, and they will give you ideas of how they passed through the rigorous step to becoming that which they are today. The truth is that there is no successful man that fell from heaven. No, every successful man must have passed through a rigorous activities before becoming that which they are. So what happened? If you get a mentor who's going to drive you, who's going to push you, who's going to move you, tell you what it takes to get to that level where he is, then you can stand on his shoulders and do what? Shoot higher. You cannot become learned if you have not made yourself available to pass through mentorship. That is very, very, very vital. But I will advise us, choose your mentors wisely. Choose your mentors wisely, and they can push you forward. Another aspect I want us to talk about is about reflection. Reflection. Sober reflection is just you going through your subconscious mind and bringing up that which made you feel you are not worthy of becoming this. And once that sober reflection comes up, what do? As a Christian, you ask for forgiveness, you ask of what they call it, restitution, and life moves on, and you believe God has forgiven you because you have what we call sober reflection. The same thing is applied when it comes to this education, being learned. What do? You have to reflect on that which you have learned. Don't just go through the schools, come back and drop your bag somewhere and believing that tomorrow, if you are called on that field, you can come and perform miracles or magic. No, you must have forgotten. Listen, there are activities on this life that can take that which you have learned away from you at the speed of light. So the only thing that can make you remember them, practicing them, is through your reflection. Once you come across anything in life, what do? You reflect. I was talked about, what's it called? Atomic laws. I was taught about the law of gravity. Whatever goes up comes down. And when you see things happen around you, Please try to reflect to that which you have studied. No wonder the lawyers are the best learned people on time. You know what? Whatever they come across in real life, what they do, they go back to their book and see how they can connect it to the law, to the constitution, for them to become better people. It's all about reflection. I love that profession so much. I love them so much. Please, in this year 2025, if you cannot apply these principles that I've just mentioned, they are just 6 in number. They are not too much. Pick them one after another. See how you can make use of them. See how you can apply them into your life. I bet you, by the time you get to the 5th one, the 6th one, you will be shocked with yourself. You can even tell yourself of a truth. I can beat my chest and say that I am a master in that field which I found myself. Please, time waits for no one. Don't go sleeping in this year 2025. You have had enough sleep. 2024, please, this is not time to sleep. As the year goes by, things become tougher. They say when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. How do you become tough? By passing through some of these steps that we have mentioned. We are here to put you through. We are here to liars with you. We are here to think with you. Our thinking tank is all about communication to and fro. We speak to you, you write to us through our comment section, and we move the world to a better place where everybody becomes busy, where everybody becomes productive, where everybody becomes useful to themselves and to your environment. Don't forget, Schoolhouse is always talking about a pyramid where we have A, B, and C. And the C and the B talks about the foundation. And that foundation talks about getting somebody to the peak who is on that A. And that area is called the society. Schoolhouse is here to liaise with our people to make our society a better place. So please don't just hear what we say, just try to have a practical experience. Put it into real time online for our society to be better for us to live in. In case you're coming across the channel for the first time, go and click on the subscription button. But if you are a regular viewer on this program, don't forget how we do it. Go, click on the like button, share, and let this video go viral. You never know, a life that this video can touch and will change our nation for good. Become a master in whatever field you find yourself, and the world will be a better place. I still remain your host, Opudele Daniel. Till I come your way next time, move from being educated to being learned. Thank you so much, and see you next. Bye.